everybody, my name is Helen and today we are going to be talking about Pride by Ibi Zoboi. So as according with the first chapter tag that I did earlier this month, I'll make sure to link that up above and in the description down below. I decided from reading the first chapter of a bunch of Owl Crate books that the next book I would be picking up would be Pride. This is a YA retelling of Pride and Prejudice with POC main characters and a lot of Brooklyn Pride. And just a heads up for anyone who might be watching this entire review is going to be spoiler free. I won't be going into major detail, so we're good? Cool. Let's jump right into the actual review portion of this. God, it's been a hot minute since I've recorded a review. This feels weird. I don't know how to jump into this. There was a lot that I loved about this book. The entire reason I ended up picking it up was that the first chapter did such an amazing job of introducing our main character, Zuri, and her family, and making each and every one of them feel like their own unique character. And it became very easy within that first chapter to know who was speaking just based on that alone. It's also very obvious off the bat that this is a Pride and Prejudice retelling. You do get a main character with a large family that's not doing super well, but seems to be pretty well loved, and then a rich family moving in and the immediate conflict between Zuri, the main character, and Darius, who obviously is the Mr. Darcy figure within the context of this novel. I feel like for me, characters were definitely a strong point of this novel. Like I said, it became very easy to tell who was speaking without needing dialogue tags or anything like that, because this author does such an amazing job of differentiating her characters and giving them each a very unique voice. Even beyond the immediate family of the Benitez sisters, their landlord has a very specific voice. This boy Warren who shows up has a very specific voice. Both of the Darcy boys have a very specific voice. Everyone is so easy to tell apart, and I loved that, and it's definitely a strong point of this novel. That being said, I was not a fan of how the relationship between Zuri and Darius built within this book. Obviously, like I said, it's Pride and Prejudice retelling. They really do not like each other in the beginning, and in fact they really don't like each other right up until the last, I would say the last 50 or so pages, and even then there's still issues going on between them. And that was actually a really big thing that I didn't like in this book. The thing is, the hate to love trope is one of my favorites, and Pride and Prejudice is probably one of the first books that made that a proper thing, and every other rendition of Pride and Prejudice I've ever seen or read I love. I think my main problem with how the relationship was building within this book is that a lot of the problems aren't based on anything. Zuri is making a lot of really grandiose assumptions based on the fact that Darcy seems to be kind of a quiet dude, and obviously that happens in a lot of other adaptations. It happens in the original as well, but we also see things immediately from that point of view and we see them happen, whereas Zuri has maybe 3 interactions with Darius, and that's kind of it for a lot of the book, and she's just like, he's anti my hood, I don't like him. And right up until like, even when things start going well, she purposely starts nitpicking at him with things that she knows are going to start a fight, and it's not in the like good faith of, oh, let's have a debate. She just can't stop fighting with him. He's trying so hard to be a good dude to her near the end of the book, and he just can't, because no matter what he does, it seems to be the wrong thing. And that was probably my biggest gripe with Zuri as a character as well, was that she's very hard-headed. Once she has this opinion, you're not changing her mind. It didn't seem to matter what Darcy did that went against her opinion, it just always stayed that way. I don't know, it was a lot of that. Instead of making this relationship feel like a hard to get or a hate to love, it just kind of made it feel a lot more toxic than I think the author was intending. Like, they're at each other's throat literally until the last 30 to 50 pages, and then suddenly it's together forever. It doesn't sit right with me, and it started off, every time they interacted at first it was giving me butterflies, because I know how Pride and Prejudice works, and it made me so excited to see it unfold, and just the more it went on, the less those butterflies happened, and soon it started to make me not be as into it anymore. All of this being said, Ibi Zoboi's writing is beautiful. Even when I was annoyed with this book, I couldn't put it down, because the minute I did, it just called back to me because I wanted to just inhale read it. It's super easy to read. There's just something about the way that Ibi Zoboi puts words onto paper that made me immediately obsessed with needing to finish this book and finishing it quick. I'm 100% going to be picking up anything that she puts out in the future. Yeah, overall this was a really cute, fun book. I really enjoyed my time reading it, even though I had problems with it. I ended up giving it 3.5 4.5 out of 5 stars. So what about you guys? Have any of you read Pride by Ibi Zoboi? And if so, what did you think about it? You should let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. I do respond to every comment on my videos and I absolutely love hearing from you. And I will see you soon with a new video. Bye bye!